Hello everybody, I'm Swgoh and I'm going to bring you a quick guide for GW for lower levels. I'm specifically talking about when you first unlock GW and when you get to around 70-75. So, to start off, I'm going to talk about how your guild activities and how they work for this. Every time you complete a node, you get a point, basically. So you want to complete 3 or 2, depending on what your guild wants you to do. You want to complete 2 GWs or 3. My guild is basically, you do 3. That's it. And how you do 3 is you save your GW on Monday. You don't do it. To do your daily, you just go into the first battle and retreat. That's it. So then on Tuesday, you do 2 when the guild activity starts, and then on Wednesday, you do your 3. So that's how you do 36. And you want to do it just because you get a lot of coins and I don't know. And if you do the battle on Monday, you're probably going to be missing out on 100 currency, which, yeah, is not worth it. And to start off for the tutorial on how to, I auto through this entire GW. Unless it's like the last battle and this guy's insane, 10 levels above me. So what you do, or what I do, is the 2 healer, 2 attacker strat. I had Han in there because there's a battle that I didn't want JC to die in. So, my JC is awful compared to my other characters. He's level 60, my top character is Ray, who's 66. You want to have JC in there, unless he's not, he's basically the level of Mace. You want to have a JC in there. Basically, he's really good for GW, and he pairs amazing with Royal Guard. Why is because Royal Guard will taunt every time your character goes below 50%, any character. So let's say Qui-Gon gets below 50%, RG taunts, Lumi doesn't have her heal up, and RG takes around 10% of his damage, or 10% of his health. JC will heal both Qui-Gon and RG back up to around 70%. And you're good to go for the rest of the match. And if that happens again, JC will have his heal back right away because it's a 2-turn cooldown. And to get his 2-turn cooldown ability, you need to get him to level 6 as heal. And even level 5, I'd say keep him in for his heal. That's because his heal at level 5 is a 3-turn cooldown, which is still faster than Lumi's. Now, if you have a Barris, definitely put her in for Lumi. And because she's the best healer for GW. It's consensus, it's common knowledge. Just because of how good that heal is, it's insane. You want to have her. Now, talking about Lumi's obvious. She has amazing heal. I put her in as leader, even though I have significantly better leaders than her, like Han and Phasma. I put Lumi in there is because she has a better survivability rate with her evasion. And I do not really want to put in my Han unless, I need to. My Phasma I don't think will work well in this lineup for GW because she's slow, her cooldowns are long, and I don't think you really need that extra assist. Because what I do is I run 2 assisters. I run Qui-Gon and I run Geo, and the reason I do that is because they're both attackers and you need some damage in here. I know Lumi is significantly good at attacking for a healer, but you still want those 2 attackers in. I mean, really, what are you going to fill them up with? I mean, I guess you can take out Geo and put in a Han, but that's not as good for survivability. Now, you can put in Rey, and the reason I do not use Rey, even though she's my best character, is because I do not really... I like to save her. Basically, is what I'm saying is that, let's say Qui-Gon gets sword throwed by Darth, and he just gets 1 shot and it's over and it's the end of the world. I don't have to worry that my Qui-Gon died, basically. And it's unnecessary damage to her. You want to keep those cooldowns in case you have to. And Qui-Gon's been doing just fine for me in that position. Geo you can switch out with Rey if that's your personal preference. But I would say no because Geo is great for this, especially with this assist 1-turn cooldown. That's great. And given that Rey is pretty squishy, you do not want her taking damage or unnecessary damage, so Geo will last just fine. Now, the goal of this is to basically teach lower levels as my game loads how to be able to comfortably do this and not spend hours on it. I spend around 10 minutes doing half the entire GW. It's really simple and easy. So what you want to do is look at the characters that you're playing against every time. You want to look at them and say, who should I take out first? Usually almost 90%, like 99% of the time, there's gonna be a Sidious in here. I don't know why GW has this, but there's a lot of Sids. So what you're gonna want to do is look at the lineup. So Maul is a really high damage character. He's like Ray, but he's slow. And he's very squishy. In this lineup, there's no taunt like RG, so you're gonna want to take out Maul first. Okay, so we stunned. So we stunned him with RG. Got lucky. We got some RNG there. Now I want to go after Lumi because there's no point in attacking Maul because he's just gonna sit there. There's no point. It's basically 4v5 right now. So we're gonna go after Lumi, and she actually got dead. The worst thing is facing a Lumi lead because of how bad your RNG can get. It'll take some significant damage on you. So there's a lot of things you can do to prevent that kind of heal. Is you can run a Sidious in if you want. I don't really like to because he does weak damage, and I don't really like his character that much. So look at Maul, dude. He is so slow. I know I got his speed down, but we just took an entire round of characters in this, and he's still stunned. He still hasn't gone yet. So just ignore him basically for now because he's stunned still, and go after JC. Now at this point I usually auto because I know I'm going to win. Obviously JC just got destroyed there. I don't know what happened to the Arch taunt when that takes you focus. Stun JC. Okay, well, now Maul's back up, so you want to go for him. Look at how squishy he is, man. That's so easy to take him out. Bang, right there, dead. Now you go for JC because he's a healer. You could. Oh, see, that's the problem with JC. They got no health. Mine's at lower levels. Okay, so JC dies. If this happens and you don't really have any backup characters, I'd suggest retreating. If your JC dies, retreat. But since I have a lot of backup characters, I'm going to continue on. And I'm going to take out JC on their team. See, that's the problem with their lineup right now, is they're running a lot of attackers, like Lumi, and they also had Qui-Gon, and they also have Maul. So it's hard to keep everybody live when you're doing this. Oh, now I remember why Han in the beginning, because he's another taunt. You really kind of want another taunt when you're facing a lineup with a lot of attackers. And I made a mistake there, I know, where I used Qui-Gon's assist when I didn't need to at all. But that's the thing about Qui-Gon, is that his assist is one turn, so I'll have it anyways for the next battle. And now I just auto. And sadly they use up their abilities, but it's no problem. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, a lot of information there. To sum it all up, I'd suggest testing out team comps if you have a lot of healers. But basically this is the lineup that you're gonna stick with is Lumi, Qui-Gon, Geo, RG, JC. If you have a Barris, put her in for Lumi. And at that point, when you get GW, you should have these characters. You should have all of these characters, maybe not Qui-Gon. You should have them. Lumi, no, you won't have Lumi obviously, because she's in GW. But immediately start farming her. You'll have, let's see, what will you have? I forget what I started with. You'll probably have you'll start with Natalia. That's why I have her leveled up, is because she's a second healer. Terrible. Do not go after Talia unless you're going for a full Night Sisters team. Pretty much common knowledge. But to help you out through those first levels, if you do not have a Lumi, run Talia. She'll get the job done, I guess. And run Qui-Gon lead. I mean, really, wait, what can you run lead that's actually decent? Chewie, I guess. Chewie's the other basic leader. So run Chewie if you don't have any good other leaders. Put Qui-Gon, Geo, RG, JC. Unfortunately, as you saw, my JC died, so I can't show you. So I guess if you don't have Lumi, I'd say put in Emily and put in Natalia. So this would kind of be your lineup. JC, I'd say you probably won't have a good quad unless you get lucky with RNG. So put in a JC right there. And that's basically it. I mean, it's gonna be rough for you at the start with your terrible characters and your minimal characters. But my tip is my main tip is to always know when to retreat. As you saw, my JC died, my Jedi counselor. He died. I would normally just back right out because you need a Jedi counselor to finish if you don't have that many characters at disposal. But as you can tell, I have a good spectrum of characters used. I have a good backup 9 characters that I can put in. And when you get to the point where you are level 70-ish and you have this many characters, let's say I was having a lot of trouble with this lineup. A lot of trouble. I couldn't get by without at least 2 characters dying. And that's another thing, do not let 2 characters die and you stay in there. A thing that people love to do in this, and I say it's a great tip, is to run a suicide squad. And by that I mean a team you know is not going to win. So basically like this, these people are not going to win at all. They're just there to die. So I'll run this and try to do as much damage I can to the team, and then I'll put in my main and they'll beat them. So that's another tip I have for you if you're lower level and you have a good amount of players to do this and you can actually manage to have 5 characters that you want to die. I mean, I don't know, my computer turned off. So that's about it. I'm done here. I'm JankoFett. I'm level 68. And I auto GW. That's it. Have fun. Bye.